I'm here today in the very cool town of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, which is located in the Ozarks of northwestern Arkansas. And it is a tourist attraction because of its unique setting as a Victorian resort town. Back in the Native American era, the legend has it that there was a great spring that had unique healing powers in the Eureka Springs area. And the European Americans also believed that there were springs with healing powers, and during the Civil War there was a hospital set up in a local cave, and the patients were treated with water from the springs. By 1879, people were starting to hear about the healing powers of Eureka Springs, and it became a boomtown and a tourist attraction for thousands of people every year. And by 1889, it was the second largest city in Arkansas behind Little Rock. Today it's not very big anymore. There's several thousand people here, but it is definitely a very big tourist attraction. Because of over-extraction, the springs today are not very much. The flow has greatly diminished. There's not much left of that, but it is still an extremely cool town. You definitely need to come check it out. There's a lot of cool stuff here to do. I'm going to go show you a few of the many attractions around here. So sit back and enjoy. One of the many points of interest here in Eureka Springs is behind me. It's the Crescent Hotel, and it was originally built and opened back in 1886, and it was for the rich people, but it quickly fell into disrepair, and then later it was opened as a college. It was several different colleges and schools over the years, but then in 1937 a guy bought it and turned it into a hospital. But the problem is he was not licensed at all. He had never went and had any training. He just practiced it here even though he wasn't supposed to be. He had been run out of Iowa for unlawfully practicing medicine. And so he came here and did it here for I think 3 years. But then he was charged with some federal offenses and went to prison. And in 1946 it was again turned back into a hotel, but in 1967 it nearly burned flat to the ground, and it was left like that until 1997 when somebody bought it, and it went through a 6-year restoration process, and it is now back fully restored. You can come here and stay here, and it is also called America's Most Haunted Hotel, so that might spice things up a little bit, but it sounds like it would definitely be pretty interesting to stay here actually for a night or so. I never have stayed here, but it definitely has some interesting history. So now on to the next point of interest. So another major attraction here in Eureka Springs is the Great Passion Play, and it usually plays from May through October, and they have it set up like an amphitheater. It's outdoor. I personally have never been there. I've heard that it's really great, so you definitely need to go check it out. It has a cast of 170 actors and dozens of live animals, and it has been seen by an estimated 7.7 million people, making it the largest attended outdoor drama play in the US. So it is a pretty big thing, and I do want to go sometime, but I have not yet. So on to the next one. Behind me there is the Thorn Crown Glass Chapel, and it has a lot of windows. It has 425 windows actually, to be exact. And it was built back in 1980, and you can go inside. I just decided not to. It's open, it's free, you can make donations if you want to. Just out here in the woods, peaceful and quiet. It's really cool. It was originally built by a retired school teacher as a place of meditation, and you can come here and just sit inside. It's really quiet around here, and it's really cool. And it has over 6,000 square feet of glass on the whole building. It's 48 feet high, and it's also on the National Register of Historic Places. even though it was just built in 1980, and it was put on the National Register. It was built in 1980, and it was put on the National Register of Historic Places in the year 2000. And that normally doesn't happen. They usually do not put buildings on unless they're at least 50 years old, unless they are exceptionally significant. So that should tell you about how great that thing is. So definitely come check it out, and we'll see you later. One thing that I forgot to mention is that the entire downtown area of Eureka Springs, Arkansas is on the National Register of Historic Places, which I thought was really interesting because it's not just one or two buildings, it's the whole thing, the whole downtown area. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share it. This is an amazing view right here, so that's why you should subscribe. Click the subscribe button right there. And I will see you next week.